Hello my fellow paint monsters, how are you doing today? I'm Aga and this is Hungry for Paint, a channel about handmade watercolor paints. Today I want to show you 48 colors from Eventually Everything Mixes. And this is the second case of me doing a second review of somebody's paints within a month. But I feel totally justified this time for two reasons, three actually. First, these are probably my favorite paints of all time and my favorite maker, and in a moment you'll know why. Reason number two, I did review paints from Eventually Everything Mixes, but actually this was one of the first two videos that I released when launching this channel almost a year ago. So I think this maker is worth revisiting after all this time, especially, and this is the reason number three, that I have so many new colors to show you that I haven't shown you before. Actually, I've been wanting to make this video for a long time now, but it's a lot of colors and a huge job that required a huge amount of time and work, so I kept postponing it. But finally the right time has come, I think. I got these colors last summer in 2019, so I've had these paints for quite a while now. And I must tell you that even though months have passed since I got them, none of these have deteriorated in any way. They behave just the way they did when I got them, they activate just as easily and look just as gorgeous as they did. Some of the colors I'm going to show you today are prototypes. You won't find all of them in Ame's shop. These nearly 50 colors was a huge custom order that Ame agreed to make for me. She worked on it for a good several months, and we continued to talk about it as she went. So for a very long time it was a work in progress really. She added in some colors that she just had for her own collection from some expensive pigments that she just wanted to play with. So while her shop doesn't carry these regularly, I can show them to you. And now before I delve into talking about particular colors, I want to tell you that all of these paints are of outstanding quality. They're very pigmented, most of them reactivate very easily, and even if they don't reactivate instantly, if you just give them a moment with a drop of water sitting on top of them, they're going to activate perfectly. None of these colors rub off and most don't even stain, so if you're working in a sketchbook, these are safe. I'm going to show you later the few that do stain a little bit, that do transfer. Basically, I can't recommend these paints enough. They're unique, they're gorgeous, they're high quality. Ame's customer service is brilliant. You do have to prepare to wait a bit for your order. It might take some time. Ame is a busy person, she has lots of other projects going on, so sometimes you'll have to wait. But for me personally, these paints are definitely worth all the time in the world. And also, I'm sure you've noticed, but Ame's dots are the most generous dots I have ever seen in my life. The size can only be rivaled by Earth Mineral Art, and that's it. These are huge. I feel like some of these are nearly a half pound size. What I love about these colors, apart from the quality, is the fact that so many of them are so unique. A lot of them separate. There's a lot of granulating ones. They're very moody. They create a very dark, fantastic atmosphere in whatever you paint. They're capable of creating amazing effects, and sometimes it's just hard to believe that you can achieve such a range of tones with just one paint from one pan. Almost all of these layer brilliantly. The only ones that don't are amazonite and thulite, both of them extremely light and subtle colors, so it's not surprising. And in addition to that, they're both semi-precious stones, and these in general tend to layer not as well as other pigments, so that's entirely to be expected. And also zirconium cerulean blue is a bit harder to layer due to the fact that it's got an extremely strong texture, so it's just the nature of the pigment. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the colors from the Oslo set. There are 3 colors on page 1. Free He Wanted to Be, Whispered in My Ear, and Water by the Pier. The names of the colors come from song lyrics, and this set is a tribute to an album by an actual band. In fact, a long time ago when it was first released, it was also sold with copies of CDs by that band. And music in general does seem to influence Ame's paint making quite a lot, as a lot of her older colors are tributes to the band Ghost and their music. Some of the colors are made in honor of Ame's friends and cats, and I think this is so cute. And these are some of the most amazing colors made by Ame, and some of the most unusual. And I'm talking about Flushgrün Deep, Flushgrün Original, and Peaky Violet. The yellow ones were inspired by the color of Ame's cat's eyes, and Peaky is the name of her other cat. If you have a look at my first review of paint from Eventually Everything Mixes, you'll see that there's a Berlin set of colors inspired by the city of Berlin. There was also a set, the Yule set, connected to the old Yule folklore. The Yule green, the Yule blue, the Yule yellow, and the Yule cat red. If you don't know what the Yule cat is, I highly recommend you Google it. It's quite an interesting story. And it's another amazing quality of Ame's work, how she's capable of weaving stories into her paint making. So some of her colors actually tell stories, and I think this is quite mind-blowing. As to these paints transferring, the only color that actually really transfers and might stain your work on the neighboring page if you're working in a sketchbook is Castanian Brown. I'm not sure if this color is available in Ame's shop in this form, or maybe it was just a prototype. So it's quite possible that even though my version from last summer does stain, if Ame offers it currently, it might not be transferring at all. She might have improved the formula, but I do not know that. I haven't asked her, so if this is something that concerns you, I think you'd do best to ask Ame yourself. As I said, her customer service is great, and I'm pretty sure she's going to answer any questions you might have about her paints. There are a few colors that transfer a little bit, but I don't think it should be much of a problem, and these are the Black Moon, Oslo, Water by the Pier, Dragon Blood, the Blood Moon, Pluto, the Yule Blue, Flushgrün Deep, Caput Mortuum, Chrome Eisenstein, Red Brown, Erfurter Blau, and Castle Earth, which always stains. And that's it. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about each and every color, as I'm pretty sure you're well capable of seeing how unusual these are without me telling you. If you haven't tried Ame's paints yet, I highly recommend it. If you don't want to commit to buying half pans, you can sometimes get dot card versions of colors, which is more affordable, and they're huge anyway. One more thing that definitely deserves a mention, and I probably should have talked about it at the very beginning, is the general aesthetics of every order from Ame, as not only the paints themselves are quite exquisite, but also the packaging, how pans come wrapped in patterned washi tape so that they look really beautiful, how the dot cards are designed, the packaging. It really is quite an experience to receive a package from Ame. Oh, and one more thing, from time to time Ame also makes sketchbooks. I received one of these together with my order, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I do not review paper or sketchbooks on this channel, so I'm not going to do that. But all I'm going to tell you is that the sketchbook I got is really beautiful. It's very carefully made, and I absolutely love it, and I really appreciate that Ame decided to send me one of these. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it interesting, and I'll see you soon. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.